It's a political boom in North Dakota this weekend with the GOP convention drawing thousands to Fargo. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Krista Boehm. All eyes were on the governor nomination as Attorney General Wayne Stenjum, Representative Rick Becker, and Fargo businessman Doug Burgum battled for the party's endorsement. Stenjum would take it after a second ballot. Here's a look at those results. Stenjum received 50.8% of the delegate votes on that second ballot, while Becker came in with 37.8%. Burgum trailed with 9.6%. Valley News Team's Jovana Simic has more from the GOP convention.
It was a tight-knit race for the GOP nomination for governor. Wayne Stenjum, Doug Burgum, and Rick Becker spoke to the crowd of hundreds as to why they should win the nomination. Stenjum had an obvious advantage, serving as Attorney General since 2000.
I will make job and economic growth and continued diversification job number one. I will work with the legislature to balance our budget, and I will do it without a tax increase.
Becker's main focus was on the state budget, as well as higher education and property tax reform if elected.
As governor, I will focus on several issues. We need to address the budget. That's going to be a monumental task that cannot be overstated. I'm running for governor because the people of North Dakota and across the nation are not getting what they need from their politicians. They want their elected leaders to respect them and to respect the idea that the money that those politicians spend is the money that the citizens worked hard to earn.
Well, Burgum believes he has the ability to change the trajectory of the state, not expecting the party's nomination.
Cutting one-way spending is the top of the list, reforming property taxes, reinventing government services, fighting federal overreach, and diversifying the economy. Part of the reason I'm running is because I want to take us in a direction that's not the status quo.
But it's not the last of Burgum, who will continue on in the primary ballot in June against Stenjum. In Fargo, Jovana Simic, Valley News Live.
The winner in that primary ballot in June will represent the GOP on the general election ballot come November. And a standing ovation for Ted Cruz as the keynote speaker for the GOP convention. The presidential hopeful says the state of North Dakota is a power haven that can help bring resources in America, seeing potential for more jobs and raising wages. He adds that there is no time to compromise our liberty in the areas of religion and the right to bear arms. If Republicans want to win the White House in November, the party must unite and stand together.
Because if Republicans unite, we win.
We'll have more from Cruz tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10. And a man who collapsed at the convention is said to be in stable condition after having a heart attack. Governor Jack Dalrymple's speech was put on hold as Tim Mueller, the father-in-law of candidate for state auditor Josh Gallion, was given CPR. He was taken out of the building and into an ambulance. Governor Dalrymple took a moment of silence before continuing his speech. The North Dakota Democratic and Nonpartisan League Party Convention was in full swing in Bismarck. Kirsten Gillibrand, a U.S. Senator for New York, gave the keynote address for the convention. The senator discussed the struggle she faced when she first got involved with politics and urged the party onto victory in the upcoming campaigns.
North Dakota is not an easy place to win Democratic seats. But if you're running out of conviction and you know why you're running and you're taking on somebody who shouldn't be there, who doesn't believe in your values, who doesn't share the values of your community, you know you're doing the right thing.
An announcement from the Democratic side for U.S. Senate. Representative Elliot Glassheim, a Democrat from Grand Forks, says he's been drafted to make a run for the seat held by Senator John Hoeven. You can find more information on that on valleynewslive.com. And to our weather now. It's been a cooler spring day out there. Meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli joins us. And Justin, I'm hoping you have a warm-up for us.
And thank you, Krista. Good evening, everybody. The warm-up is definitely on the way. As you can see in our temperature map, the core of the cool air over northern Minnesota right now, 24 at Bemidji and 25 at Duluth. Fargo now at 31 degrees, but well off to our west, we're seeing very warm air, 70 right now at Bismarck and Dickinson, and a 75 up toward Williston. Now, that warm air is working its way in as a warm front, and with that, we do get some precipitation. We're clearing out to our west, but just to our north and to our east between Grand Forks, Bemidji, and Roseau. We are seeing some snow falling, especially out from Foston, points north up toward Thief River Falls and Newfold. And we're not expecting a lot of accumulation from this one, maybe a dusting to isolated inch amounts. But as we go through this evening, we will see skies start to clear and temperatures will rise just a little into the mid to upper 30s and then fall back into the lower 30s as we go through the overnight period. We're going to be dry for the next couple of days with warmer temperatures, then a chance for some rain midweek. I'll have the details coming up later in the newscast.
Police are looking over surveillance video after surrounding the 13th Avenue Cashwise in Fargo last night. They're investigating a robbery after a woman said a man approached her as she was walking toward the store and grabbed her purse. She tried to hang on but was reportedly dragged several feet until the strap of the purse broke and the man got away with it. A K-9 unit was brought in, but he was unable to track the suspect. Police say the man is black, of medium height, and was wearing a red sweatshirt and a cap. Police are waiting on autopsy results after a body was found in a Jamestown business Thursday afternoon. The Jamestown Police Department says 27-year-old Travis Burgad of Linton was found dead in the bathroom of a business. An employee there called in to report the man who was passed out and not breathing in the bathroom. An ambulance was called, but Burgad was pronounced dead at the scene. Police were unable to release what business the man was found in. And you can follow any updates on this story and many others on our Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the whole day. Smoking materials are to blame for a deck fire in Fargo this afternoon. Fargo firefighters responded around 1:30 to the edge of Osgood Apartments for a small fire burning on a third-floor balcony. Embers and burning materials were dropping down and landed on the second-floor balcony. The first crew on scene set up a ladder and extinguished the fire while other crews went into the building to make sure the fire had not gotten inside. Smoldering materials on a second-floor balcony were also put out. No one was injured, but the damage is estimated at $1,500. It's a huge political weekend for North Dakota, and Women's History Month just wrapped up. In honor of that, our Washington Bureau correspondent Kelly Meyer is taking a look at the women serving in the U.S. Senate. She tells us why the senators believe that being a woman sets them apart and how a set of new statistics are backing up their claims.
In 1916, Jeanette Rankin became the first woman ever elected to Congress. Since then, over 300 women have served in these halls. It's a number many of the women currently in the U.S. Senate believe should be much greater.
5 women, just 5 of the 20 that are a part of the current U.S. Senate.
It's a good group of women, and I think we all take our job seriously.
They're mothers, grandmothers, sisters, and senators, balancing their day-to-day home lives while balancing a budget and entire states on their shoulders.
We want to be efficient with our time, and we want to work things out. And I think that's what you see reflected in the Congress.
And the proof is in the numbers. Quorum, an online legislative strategy platform, took their curiosity to the database. And what they found:
female legislators are more effective. They get more bills, at least in the Senate. They introduce more bills, they get more bills out of committee, and they get more bills enacted.
According to the firm, the average female senator introduced more than 96 bills over the last 7 years, while their average male senator only introduced an average of 70 bills.
I think against a lot of tough odds, a lot of times when you look behind the successes in the Senate, there's going to be women leadership.
So what if more women were in Congress?
We will be better governed when our legislative bodies look like America.
The more women, I think we will see, the more we get things done.
In Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer, Valley News Live.
The women senators have dinners once a month. They say the only catch is no press, no cameras, and no agendas. Just a group of friends chatting over some good food. They say they never miss a month. A hockey player's dream come true. We'll take you to Lake Placid, where a Moorhead Grizzlies special hockey player hit the ice. That's later on Valley News Live at 6.
And our high temperature today is only going to be into the lower 30s. That is well below the normal high of 47 for this time of year. We'll be closer to normal over the next couple of days. I'll have the details coming up.